Narcissistic people tend to think that they are the bee's knees, that they are superior and better and smarter and better looking than everyone around them. They are also the bigger victim than everyone around them. Nobody's ever achieved as much as them, as they exaggerate any slight little thing they do, and no one's ever been the worst victim than them. No one's ever suffered as much as they have, as they exaggerate some of the unfortunate things that they have potentially been through. However, with their lack of empathy, they're not interested in what other people have been through. They're interested in using what they've been through to exploit other people. So when it comes to a narcissistic person, they need your supply, whatever supply it is, to that individual narcissist. They need that supply to keep their energy levels going, to keep them from sinking, to keep them feeling like they're better and they're in control. So when it comes to a narcissist, they are nothing without their supply from other people, which is why they will go all out to gain attention from others, either by turning on that charismatic charm, that sexuality, by doing favors for people to gain the necessary admiration that they're seeking. They're not doing it for others, they're doing it for themselves, or by playing the victim to gain the sympathetic attention so that they can avoid any consequences for their actions while everybody is looking after them. So a few things that a narcissist is nothing without is your admiration, your gratitude, your thanks, your praise. Narcissistic people tend to want all the status without doing any work, yet they expect you to praise them for doing the bare minimum for you, and they expect you to do the maximum for them while they give you little to no praise for the things you do for them, because no matter what you do for them, it's never enough for them. Yet they project this out onto you and turn around and claim, oh, I can't do anything right, can I? Nothing is ever good enough for you. When you listen closely to a narcissist, they tell on themselves. They just program your mind into believing that you're the one who's being the narcissistic one towards them, that you're the one that doesn't appreciate them, that you're the one that's not giving them enough attention. And you can try in so many different ways to try and make it work with them, not recognizing that they're the one who is destroying things with you. So when a narcissist isn't getting the admiration they believe they're entitled to, they often go looking elsewhere, which is also why when they often get caught out on their behavior, they turn around and say, well, if you'd have paid me more attention. And they say it with such sincerity because most of them actually believe that within themselves. Yet no matter how much attention you pay them, it's never enough for them. A narcissist is nothing when people don't believe their lies. They're relying on people believing the illusion that the narcissist is selling those to around them, that false belief, that ideal. They need people to believe their lies so that they can get away with their behavior, so that they can future fake with people, so that they can exploit people, so that they can get their needs met by people, so that they can get away with their behavior without any consequences for their actions, so that they can gain enablers and flying monkeys and attention and adoration. So when people don't believe in a narcissist's lies, a narcissist is nothing. When people don't drop everything to serve the narcissist, narcissistic people often feel very entitled to have everything their own way. So when things aren't going their way, they get offended by this. This triggers a narcissistic injury. Where we get offended when somebody insults us, humiliates us, puts us down, they feel offended because they're not getting their sense of entitlement met, which is often why if you've got plans with somebody and you let the narcissist know, and in a normal healthy relationship you can do these things, you can go meet your friends, they go and meet their friends, you spend time with family, they spend time with family, you come together, meet friends together, and you merge lives in a healthy way. With a narcissist, they're looking to isolate you from people. So when you've made plans and they know full well you've made plans, suddenly they'll have some sort of an emergency, or they'll have planned a nice surprise for you, or they'll accuse you of that other person be more important to you than they are. This shows in one sense that they actually fear abandonment because they're looking to isolate you. It's okay for them to go out with their friends. It's okay for them to go and see their family. It's okay for them to go and do the things that they want to do. Those narcissistic people that do see their friends and family. However, it's not okay for you. They expect you to put up with behaviour that they themselves wouldn't be okay with. Some narcissistic people, the grandiose types with that charismatic charm, will be surrounded by people. Other narcissistic people, often the fragile, will have cut everybody off. Yes, you can have a victim that's cut everybody off. However, they don't want to bring the people who are in their lives down. Narcissistic people are looking to take everybody else down. So when you don't drop everything for them, they get very offended, and they often come at you with a boundary attack. So if you don't drop something for them, they might have promised to do something for you, and they'll say, well, don't expect me to do that for you. And you might need them. And this is when you have to recognise that you don't need them. You have to learn to be able to manage your life without asking those for favours who use those favours against you, so that the next time you're in that similar situation, they haven't got anything to come at you with. A narcissist will double down, so they will find something. They might intimidate you or threaten you or fall silent on you or gaslight you. They can do many games. However, at least if you're not reliant upon them, which is where they get you, then it's easier to break free from them. However, most of us don't recognise this until after the fact. When they can no longer gain your reaction, narcissistic people are reliant upon your emotional reactions. It gives them that sort of energy fuel. It gives them that sort of boost, whether they are future faking with you to create that desire within you so that you romanticize about a future with them, so that you're giving them that admiration and that praise and that attention, and you're being there for them because you believe that they want the same things as you, only they don't. They're just claiming they want the same things as you to get their needs met by you. When you meet a genuine person, they can say, oh, I would like to do this, and you can think, that's not really me. Simple things like holidays. If you meet a genuine person and say, oh, I like going to the countryside and going on walks, and a genuine person goes, no, I like sitting in the sun, I don't like going on aeroplanes, you kind of realise there's a big mismatch going off there, and that's going to cause problems in the relationship unless both parties are willing to say, well, yeah, I can jump on a plane and sit in the sun, and then would you mind coming? Yeah, that's fine, I don't mind doing it for a bit. So you can either come together or it's just not going to work. With a narcissist, you tell them you like walking, they like walking. You tell them you like going to sit in the sun, they like going to sit in the sun, whatever it is. They don't tell you who they are, they tell you who you would like them to be. And then once you're in deep, you recognise that that wasn't who they actually were. Although they tend to blame you and accuse you of being the one who has changed on them, so that you can't recognise they've changed on you. So then they need those reactions from you. They need to provoke you to gain that reaction from you, to blame you. So when you have something planned, if they can put you in a mood before the event, if they can chip away at you, if they can wind you up, simple things like some people don't mind shoes being worn in the house, other people do. So if you do mind shoes being worn in the home, they're going to purposefully wear the shoes in the home before an event, so that you naturally get irritated by this. And once you're irritated, you become frustrated, and you might say, hey, why are you wearing your shoes? And then they're going to cause that argument while accusing you of causing the argument. Then they're going to say, why do you have to speak to me like that? I'm not a child. And they're going to create that atmosphere to ruin the event before it's even started, so that they can turn around to you and say, see, this is why I don't want to do anything with you. When in reality, they didn't want to do it. They just needed your emotional reaction so that they could blame you as to why they didn't want to do it, so that you blame and question yourself and think, well, if only I hadn't have done this, then everything would be okay. Only with a narcissist, it never works out that way. They need your emotional reactions to feel better about their own feelings, because they're not open and honest about them. They need them to prove that you're the one that's going crazy, that you're the one who is abusive. When they get you into that state of frustration and resentment and anger, it's very easy to lash out at somebody. And when you're somebody who takes responsibility for your behaviour, you are then grateful for them putting up with you because of your abusive behaviour towards them, not recognising they need that emotional reaction from you so that they can accuse you. So a narcissist is nothing when they can no longer gain that emotional reaction from you. Similar to sympathetic attention, they play the victim to avoid the consequences of their actions. So when they can no longer get the sympathetic attention that they require from you or those around them, when their victim plays, when their pity plays no longer work, they are nothing without this. When they have to face the consequences of their actions, they will often break down and reveal who they truly are when they're no longer getting supply, whether that's your affection, whether that's your reactions, whether that's you believing in their lies, whether that's you providing them an alibi, providing them a home, whatever it is that you provide them. When they are no longer getting that supply from you, a narcissist is nothing without you, which is often why they go to seek a new source of supply, where the new source of supply, they go all out to impress a stranger because the stranger is a blank canvas for them to sell that illusion, to turn on their sexuality, their charismatic charm, to gain that admiration. The new supply is someone who's going to believe in their lies and drop everything to serve them because they feel sorry for them with their sympathetic stories that they're telling to the new supply about how everybody's mistreated them, or they're doing everything for the new supply to gain that admiration from the new supply. In the beginning of most relationships with a narcissistic people, they will treat you better than anyone ever has. And narcissistic parents, narcissistic people in general, offer that reinforcement, intermittent reinforcement, where they treat you well to confuse you when they treat you wrong. So when they're no longer getting supply from you, they move on to impress a stranger, to gain that supply from somewhere else, to gain that admiration, to gain that strong desire from somebody else to be with them, to enable them, to protect them, to stand up for them. And then when they're no longer getting that supply from the new person, they move on to impress another stranger, to get supply from somebody else. With a narcissistic person, you will notice it is a repeat pattern of behaviour. We are all capable of acting in narcissistic ways. However, it's the intentions behind the behaviour. With good intentions, there's no wrong way or right way to live your life. We are all capable of saying that didn't happen when something genuinely didn't happen. We're all capable of giving people gifts, those who we care about. We are all capable of going quiet when somebody has humiliated us as we try to process things. It is that repeat pattern of behaviour. And those who find it very difficult to hold down a healthy relationship because they move on from one to the next while blaming everybody they've left in their wake. Anything you notice that a narcissist is nothing without, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers, and your continued support with the channel is greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I do also have a new book out, which is 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People, which is out now on Amazon, and I shall also add that into the video description. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.